I'm Michelle Grodecki, and I'm mom of twin boys and guardian of a 6-year-old, my 6-year-old nephew. I'm a teacher here in Regina and a vice president of Deaf Crows Collective. I remember being little going, oh, Regina, it's so small, I don't want to stay here. And so like when my husband and I, just after we got married, we had an opportunity to move to Medicine Hat. And like, yeah, off we go to Medicine Hat. And it was great. And then I got pregnant and we had the boys and we're like, there's just something missing. My son Oscar, he was born very prematurely, and as a result, developed deafness, and so he's profoundly deaf and has used American Sign Language as a method to communicate since he was about 18 months old. When Oscar was diagnosed, we didn't really know what to do. We kind of were toiling with, do we just force him to use his voice only and really practice hearing? And then the reality was it wasn't working for us, right? And so when I was connected with the deaf community and found out like, oh, you know, you can sign, it's going to help him with his communication. It doesn't mean you only have to sign, but you can do both modes of communication. So I started to sign and I picked it up pretty quickly. And so it's just kind of become deeply ingrained in who I've become as a person, and it's deeply ingrained in our family, and you know, it's been really rewarding because then I meet youth. In 2016, I became involved with Deaf Crows Collective, which at the time was just a group of high school students who were going to do a play about their deaf experience, and myself and Oscar were brought into this play to tell our story, kind of about everything that happened when we got our diagnosis. When I was working with those youth, I thought, you know, this is where I'm really comfortable. I have a unique perspective that I get to bring to families that I work with, because not only am I a teacher, but I'm a parent of a deaf child. So I've lived that experience. I've gone through the grieving process. I've figured out all those pieces that you have to figure out. And I get to kind of support families as a role, as me as a mom, but also as a teacher. And so that's been really something that I'm really lucky to be a part of. Well, I think my biggest connection is just becoming an ally and showing that there's not one right way to do life, and there's not just one right way to communicate. And so I found that that's really been a huge connection with me within the community. Is I've always been welcomed. I've always been accepted regardless of what communication method I'm using with my own son. And so I see my role now in the community is to kind of keep sharing that and keep spreading the light.